Hi, so this is a video to kind of briefly explain how you play my game Garbage Gladiators. So you can play from 2 to 4 players, and then the game takes about 30 minutes to an hour based on how many players you have. So each player picks a color pawn and their little starter sheet, and they place their pawn on the starting trash can that's their color. These are the starting spaces, and they're pretty important to the game. But whenever it's your turn, you just roll the die. So I got a 6, and then you get to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces. You can move in any direction that you want to. The only rule is that you can't move backwards from the direction you are coming. So if you come to this point, you can go that way, you can keep going up, you just can't go backwards. So there's a little bit of variety in the way that you want to move. It's not completely up to you, as you can't go backwards, like I said. But again, you can go in different directions if you're running from someone, or if you want. So the point of the game is to reduce all the other players, which in this case we have 2 of them here, reduce them all down to 0 health. And you do that by using goblins. You can have 2 goblins. You can have one in the front and one in the back for defense. Each goblin has its own stats. So let's take a look at this one, for example. This is the Single Dad's Recliner. The A stands for attack, the D is for defense, and the C is for how much it costs. And each of the goblins have their own little thing that they can do. For example, this one protects you from one of the gear cards called Divorce Papers. So there's a lot. It's a pretty kind of goofy game. It doesn't take itself super seriously. And you can only have 2, one in the front, one in the back. Whenever you get to another player, so let's say blue's right here, and I roll a dice roll that lets me either land on the space or move past them, I get to attack them. And so the goblin that I have in the attack, so on the player's turn, first thing, you roll the dice, and then you get to move in whatever direction you want. If you pass another player, you get to attack them. In fact, you have to attack them. You don't get a choice. And then once you finish out your movement, you then play whatever the space you land on does. So I won't go through all of them. For example, the green spaces give you money tokens. The red ones take them away. These gear slots let you draw one of these gear cards, and you get to keep that in your hand. Like this is the Holy Brief. So you can equip this item, and your attacks will go through the other player's defenses. So it's a pretty good item. But once you do that, the last thing you do on your turn is you have to pay your goblins. They'll only work for you as long as you can pay their fee at the end of the turn. So that's what the C is. So this is 3, this is 1, so you have to pay 4 total of these soda tokens for the goblins that you have. If you can't pay them, you don't have enough, they will abandon you and leave you, and you'll be both defenseless and